Hello there, and welcome to this presentation about the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation. My name is Jennifer Silacci, and I am DVR's Manager of Communication and Partnership Engagement. In this session, we are going to be focusing on DVR's application process, eligibility, and our services. In addition, we're going to touch on some of our programs so that you can all learn how DVR is focused on continuous improvement, moving from a medical model of disability to a more social model, and how we collaborate with a variety of partners in order to improve our services, as well as make sure we can provide a greater range of options for the people we serve. I do want to share with you our dream goal, which is partners and stakeholders working together to reduce the prosperity gap of people with disabilities by 10% in 10 years. And this is really important for you all to know because we truly believe that anybody with a disability who wants to work can work, regardless of the type or severity of their disability. I am going to share a little bit about our mission and vision. I think it's really worthwhile for you all to know about them because we recognize that we can't do this work alone and we need to closely collaborate with the people we serve, families, partners, schools, social services, mental health agencies, you name it, all different entities that work with similar goals so that we can make sure that people with disabilities are essential to a working economy that elevates all of Colorado. Now, you may be wondering, just what is the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation? And I am going to refer to us by our acronym of DVR because that's a pretty big mouthful. So what you need to know is that we are an employment program for people with all types of disabilities who need our services to either obtain or maintain employment. We are a voluntary program, and again, we are completely employment focused. We're here to help individuals access the workforce. So we offer a variety of services that can help folks to maintain a job, find a job, or again, keep a new job if they need to do so. Our services range and they're very individualized, and we'll talk a little bit more, but some of them could include any accommodations or assistive technology so that someone can participate in our program and so that they can work successfully. We can provide assistance with other services such as job coaching, training, and benefits counseling so that folks can understand how working can affect those public benefits. And our goal always is so that individuals can work and reach self-sufficiency. I'm going to say it again, our services are very individualized to people's interests, their abilities, their capabilities, and always informed choice. So we're going to next go through what it's like, the process for DVR. So on this slide, our next slide, we're going to talk about in our initial engagement appointment, eligibility, and then reaching that job goal. So at that very first appointment, we're going to be discussing barriers that individuals have to finding and keeping a job and gather information about their disability. So we might be asking them to sign releases of information so that we can obtain any documentation. And if individuals have not been formally diagnosed or they haven't had any assessments for years, DVR can help pay for those assessments so that the individual can be determined eligible for our program. One thing to know is that we do assist individuals who are in the process of applying for Social Security disability benefits. If somebody is involved in a dependency and neglect case, they are absolutely can still participate in our program. So our next step after that initial engagement appointment is determining eligibility. So when we determine eligibility, we look at a variety of factors. And really it boils down to, do we have documentation that that particular disability results in barriers to employment and that the individual can benefit and needs our services? We work with a wide range of disabilities, from folks who have learning disabilities to a mental health diagnosis, who have intellectual and developmental disabilities, as well as physical disabilities. Can be chronic back pain. It could be multiple sclerosis. It could be a traumatic brain injury. So we do, again, it's a variety of disability diagnoses. So once we've determined eligibility, we then work with the individual to determine really what do they want to do? What is their employment goal? And so we work in partnership with them to determine what that employment goal is and identify the providers and the needed services they have so that they can get those services. Again, everything is very individualized with the aim for successful employment. And we'll talk a little bit more about what kind of services, again, we can offer. As DVR is a work program, any services that we provide have to be necessary and appropriate for the individual to reach that employment goal. So everything goes back to the employment goal, what kind of services we can provide, what kind of supports, all to help that individual begin working or keep their job. Again, some of the services that we provide could be assistive technology, such as maybe somebody needs some screen reader technology or Dragon, which is voice to text. Maybe they need some short-term training to reach their employment goal. That could be helping somebody get a certificate, say as a certified nursing assistant. We can also help with long-term training. We support individuals with getting bachelor's degrees or even master's degrees at times, all dependent on what their employment goal is. We can help with providing or helping individuals get access to behavioral health counseling and sometimes physical restoration services. We might be helping with some physical therapy or different things like that. We also work closely with providers for job development and job coaching so that if somebody needs help finding a job, they'll work one-on-one with a provider who can help them find that job. And if they need help while on the job to first learn and adapt to the skills and the work behaviors, we can provide job coaching as well. And so again, everything leads to our goal of employment success. One thing to know is that we do work with many people who are on a variety of public benefits. That could be the Social Security disability insurance or supplemental security income, SSI or SSDI. We work with folks on TANF and then other benefits such as public housing. So our goal here is that we believe and want everybody to know that people absolutely can work while they're receiving these benefits. And we can connect individuals with benefits counseling so that they can fully understand what working will do to their benefits. And we can also refer individuals to appropriate programs such as a Center for Independent Living if they need help in applying for any of these benefits. So now that you have a little bit of an idea about what it is DVR does in a nutshell in our process, just want to share a little bit about how do we actually go about achieving that? And we can't do it alone. So the key thing to know about our agency is we do closely partner with a variety of different organizations and boards and entities. For example, we have contracts with all of the community mental health centers around the state to help provide services. We work very closely with community center boards. We also work closely with workforce centers. Workforce centers have a variety of options and programs, and we work to co-enroll and combine our efforts, really. There's also some entities here that are listed, the Centers for Independent Living. There's 9 of them located around the state, and they do a lot of work for advocacy, independent living, and we try to partner with them as well when it makes the most sense. We have a variety of programs, all dependent on what each individual needs to best be successful. So I'll talk a little bit about some of them. I'm really excited. We have a great self-employment program. So if folks are interested in being entrepreneurs or owning their own business, which is often such an excellent path forward for individuals with disabilities, we do provide supports with writing business plans, and we can assist with some startup goods and inventory as well. We have a blind and low vision services program specific to working with individuals who are blind and low vision, and we have trained counselors that's all that they do. We have a business relations team made up of members across the state who connect with employers, provide education to employers about hiring people with disabilities, and can also help connect the individuals we serve to employers who may be hiring and their skills fit together. Under our competitive integrated employment program, we offer benefits counseling and can help connect individuals with that needed benefits counseling. We also have a program called supported employment. And supported employment is for those individuals who have very significant barriers to employment, where because of their disability, they may have never worked or have had a very difficult time holding a job. And so we have counselors specifically trained with working with those individuals. And that might be where we are working closely with a community mental health center or a community center board to make sure we're providing the extended and needed services for those individuals to be successful. We also have a youth transition services program, which you might be interested in. We partner with the School to Work Alliance program that's working with youth who are aged 15 to 25, who may have some more mild to moderate barriers to employment, but the goal is it's a fast-tracked program to help folks get working and get work experience. Project Search is set up in different hospitals and other companies around the state, and that's really geared to, again, working with youth who have more significant needs, and they're also working with their school and having a curriculum along with their actual work that they're doing, let's say in that hospital. So that's a variety of the services and programs. I've already mentioned partnering with the Office of Independent Living Services, and so we'll just keep going. So now you would wonder, what's next? How do we move forward? If you have somebody who you believe could benefit from our services, we do have an interest and referral form that can be found on our website. And by completing that, an individual will reach out to your person and help schedule that very first appointment. You can also reach out by calling our local offices, which can all be found on our website too, which I'll share at the end of this. So we've completed an application as well as that intake appointment, where we will gather medical documentation if it's available, as well as signing any releases of information. We always do encourage folks, if they have any of that documentation, to bring it with them to that first appointment, along with an ID. Maybe it's a driver's license or a passport or a state ID, and that can help speed our processes. And then finally, please reach out, call, or email your local office with any questions. And on the last slide, thank you so much for participating, for listening. Our website is up here, where again, you can find our interest and referral form, and then a lot more information about the programs that I just touched on, as well as an orientation video that you can have your clients watch and understand. So again, thank you so much. Really happy to be here, and reach out anytime you might need some assistance.